everyone, my name is Cheeves. Welcome to my channel. I do a lot of solo backpacking, camping, and hiking. And in today's video, I solo backpack deep into the mountains of California to hike to some natural hot springs, which I'm at right now. It's a super fun video and I think you all will really enjoy this one. If you do like the video, be sure to comment, subscribe, and like, and yeah, enjoy! We are off on our next adventure. I'm so excited for this one. This is the longest solo backpacking trip I've taken yet. But we have a very long drive ahead of us tonight, so I'm going to be doing some of the drive tonight, stopping somewhere, staying over, and then heading the rest of the way to the trailhead tomorrow. So come on, let's get this adventure started. Okay, I have officially made it to my little pit stop for the evening. As you can see, I am staying in a yurt, which is kind of like a permanent canvas tent. And this is the nicest yurt I have ever stayed in. But I'm gonna go ahead and settle in for the night. That was a very long drive and I have a little bit of a headache, so gotta make sure I hydrate. I recently started watching Legend of Korra for my first time ever, and I am so immersed. So I'm so happy they have a TV. I'm going to watch a couple episodes of that. I'm gonna sip my tea, and I will see you all in the morning. Good night. Good morning. Man, I slept so very well, and my headache is gone, which is the important thing. I've got a nice hot cup of coffee, my beautiful cat mug. And it's hard to see, but there's a beautiful sunrise behind me. I think while I sip my coffee, I'm gonna go ahead and take a bath, because I mean, I can't not take a bath in that, right? That was a nice little soak, but I've got to get my hiking clothes on and I have to get moving and heading to the trailhead. So I will meet you there. And we're off to the next location. Okay, we have officially made it to the trailhead. Now, I am allowed to park overnight in this parking lot. However, I do need to pay a parking lot fee. So this sign says it's $10 per calendar day. And we just put our little payment in this envelope, fill out the necessary information. It's an honor system, so. But they do check. You have to hang the receipt on your dashboard. This is why it's good to always carry cash, just in case. Hello?
Emily?
Yes?
Hey, this is John's husband from your Airbnb.
Hi.
Hey, so thanks for staying with us, but you left a bunch of lunch meat and cheese.
I know. I was thinking of it on my drive.
You can get it, or we'll just send you like $20.
No. No, that's totally fine. Just go ahead and keep it. I'm just backpacking near Big Sur.
Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. This happens all the time. You guys leave us a lot of good food, but
I would imagine.
When it's in the case of this, where it was clearly forgotten, I mean, we're gonna eat it, so.
No, just go ahead and keep it. I really don't mind. It was such a lovely stay, genuinely.
Thank you. Well, it makes it, okay, so if you ever come back, you can have 50% off. Just call me. So,
yeah, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
thank you. You have a good one, Emily.
Thanks, you too.
Bye.
Bye. That was the Airbnb calling. I left my lunch meat and cheese in their fridge, which is fine. I have more than enough food, but they were so nice. So it's always good to check these message boards before you go and head out, because it turns out I also needed to fill out a backpacker permit, no cost. And then I also needed a fire permit because I'm using a portable stove. So I just had to watch a little 2-minute informative video and then take a quiz on it, and boom, my permit was emailed to me. So as we're getting started here, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about the adventure we are embarking on today. So today we are hiking to Hot Springs. It's a 20-mile trail in total. So we're going to hike 10 miles in, 10 miles out. And a friend actually told me about this the other day, and I've never hiked to Hot Springs before. So I was like, yes, I want to do that immediately, yes. Additionally, this is the longest solo backpacking trip I will have taken. I think that's a sign. Something extra exciting about this trail as well is we are going to be hiking amongst redwood giants. Redwoods are some of my favorite trees, not just because of their sheer grandiosity in stature, they're massive, but also because they have so many cool facts about them. These trees have adapted to years and years and years of forest fires that they now have evolved to withstand them. They're some incredible trees, and I'm really proud of them. Good job, guys. You're doing great. This burnt redwood, there is a massive gray squirrel scurrying up to the top. The squirrels here are ginormous, just like the trees. So on the back of my backpack, I have my swimsuit that I bathed in this morning, and I have it out hanging on the back to dry in the sun because I will be using it tonight and I don't want it to get any of my other stuff wet, so I have it out drying. So if you have like wet pants or a wet shirt or something like that that you want to dry and you're hiking, clip it on to the back of your backpack somewhere and it should be dry by the time you get to where you're going. You know, I've never even hiked this part of California. I've hiked very, very little of California. There's such a wide array of biomes and vegetation here. It's truly unique. It's so cool. There's a hawk circling around over there. Wow, that's so cool. One of my favorite things to see when I'm out backpacking are birds of prey. And this area is actually home to the endangered California condor, which is North America's biggest bird. They're very rare to see, but that would be so cool if we were to see one. Fingers crossed. Mile 2 down. Goodness, I almost stepped on warning, gross slugs if you don't like that sort of thing. That is a banana slug, which can be found often around redwoods or like the coastal temperate rainforests you can find around California. I am just so thankful that I am able to hike trails like this with views like these. I know there are so many people who are not able to do something like this. Every time I go on one of these hikes, I just feel like expressing gratitude that I have the luxury and privilege of being able to do this. Yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to share that thought. Mile 3 down. Dang. I don't quite know if this is going to pick up well on the GoPro, but this tree right here goes all the way down there and all the way up there. That is obviously a redwood. And isn't it so grand to think that that tree has existed for hundreds of years, has stood the test of time, and is just standing there tall and brilliant for all to see. Oh, I would like to show you something. This right here, that is all poison oak. And poison oak tends to grow rampant around redwoods. And a good way to this, and my dad instilled this in me growing up, a really good way to remember poison oak or poison ivy, leaves of 3, leave it be. So, hold on, I just saw some again. Okay, so right here, see how 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. The pattern of the leaves, they grow in 3s. All right, we are officially 5 miles in. 6 miles in. The funniest thing just happened to me. So I bumped into a lovely lad who is, I assume, around my age. I usually stop to talk to people no matter what. So I was like, oh, are you... I just inhaled a bug. Oh, okay. That was awful. So anytime I see people on my hiking trails, I usually at least say hi. Sometimes I'll spark up a conversation. And I have not seen a single person on this hiking trail. So you can imagine my excitement when I saw someone walking my way, so coming the other direction. And I asked him, I was like, hey, are you coming from the springs? He goes, oh no, I'm doing this different day hike and just like trail running, hiking kind of combination. I was like, oh cool. And he goes, are you camping? And I said, yeah. And he's like, okay, well, these are the people there. Like, these are the campsites that are taken. And we were just sitting there chatting and getting on. And I was like, well, here, let me like grab your Instagram handle. And he's like, well, my phone's broken and I don't know my Instagram handle. And I was like, no, that's totally okay. He's like, here, wait, let me give you my email address. And if that doesn't work, let me give you my physical address so you can send me a letter. And I just thought it was the darndest, sweetest thing. He was so sweet. Naturally, I brought up Lord of the Rings because I was trying to tell him my Instagram handle, which is Chilbo Baggins. I was like, well, my Instagram handle's super easy to remember. It's just Chilbo Baggins. He goes, what? I was like, you know, like Bilbo Baggins? He goes, no. And I said, you are going home and you are watching Lord, I'm trying to figure out where to cross. I was like, you are going home and you are watching Lord of the Rings. And he said, I will absolutely do that. So his name was Lance. He was wonderful. So there is another campsite down that way, down into there, which is so nice that there are so many campsites along the way. But again, we will not be stopping. We are just pushing right on through. So I don't know why, but I just had the feeling to check my all trails, and it turns out I needed to turn back at that campground and head back down that way. I just got some cheese crackers. I just wanted to note that even though I'm not always filming it, I am consuming water. Always pack your garbage out, or I'm gonna put bugs in your mouth if you don't. So, one thing to note, oh, well, mushrooms! Wow! Freaking mushrooms. One thing to note about crossing rivers is that if it's too deep in one area, try to go in the direction where the river gets wider. Naturally, when you think of the topography and river flow of water, it is going to be shallow where the river is widest, usually. All right, looks like there is another river crossing. Now this river is actually called Big Sur River. I don't think I mentioned that. Wow, this is some steep terrain. Do you know that character from Legend of Zelda, Beetle? And you always see him struggling with this giant bag on his back? That's what I feel like right now. Okay. Oh no. Intersection. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, hold on. Oh, I knew it. Okay, so let me tell you something right now. This is the trail I was walking on when I looked at All Trails, and All Trails said, no, you gotta go back down to where those campsites are. I didn't have to do that. So all of that hiking up I just did, and the 2 waterways I crossed, I didn't have to do that. I guess if you're staying at that campsite, it's useful to go down that way, but I could have just continued hiking along this and I would have been a-okay. So, noted for the way back. 7 miles in. Eight miles in. Okay, so it seems we crossed the river once again. Okay, it got a little precarious there, so I figured I would stop recording and just cross. Okay, I think I've made it to my campsite for the night. There is someone here. I saw a tent, but I didn't see people. They might be at the hot springs or something like that. But I think this is the spot. I'm going to get my wet socks off and my down booties on. This is going to sound disgusting, but I need to let these babies air out for a little bit because they are just wet, wet, wet. This is the less glamorous side of backpacking, airing out your gross, wet, dirty feet. Wow, this is my favorite feeling in the world, taking off my hiking shoes and putting my down booties on. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow, it is getting dark fast. I suspect we will be eating in the dark. All right, I think my food is ready to be eaten. That's good. So I don't know that it'll be cold enough that I'll need to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm going to go ahead and heat up water for this water bottle to stuff in my sleeping bag tonight. Okay, before I go to bed, I'm going to brush my teeth. I'm trying to get better at vlogging the things that I normally forget to, because I don't know, in my mind it's like, nobody cares if I'm brushing my teeth. But I realize that the whole process of it is new and exciting to some people. So I'm gonna go ahead and brush my teeth. Wow, that sleeping bag is toasty, toasty warm. We are at a slight slant rolling this way. That's okay. Okay. I have been listening to my audiobook for a few hours now, and I think I am ready to turn in for the night. So I'm gonna go to bed, and I will see you all in the morning. Good night. Good morning. It is about 7:30 a.m. and it has been raining for the past like 4 hours maybe, since like 3 a.m. But we're dry and we're toasty warm. I'm hungry for breakfast though. So I'm gonna get up. Alright, let's get some breakfast started. So those people ended up coming back, and it's a mother-daughter duo. They were just hanging out at the hot springs all night, which I love all the girl power on this trip. I forgot my coffee, which is not a huge deal. I have hot chocolate. Oh, my water bottle's still warm. Wow, I closed that tight though. Oh no. Oh no. So, silly problem. I cannot open my water bottle. I closed it way too tight. I love Spam so much, like unabashedly, unapologetically, Spam is so good. But I don't have like a traditional stove, so I'm gonna try to do something like this. In my last video, someone commented or told me that they love how on top of everything I am, and that like I just didn't forget anything and I have my stuff together. I meant to bring oatmeal, I meant to bring sandwiches, but I forgot that at the Airbnb. I forgot the oatmeal in my car. This is honestly the nature of backpacking. You will forget things. Things will go wrong, and it's just a matter of relying on yourself to be able to figure it out and navigate it. And that's one of my favorite things about this hobby, to be honest. So I'm gonna finish my hot chocolate, and then we are gonna go ahead and try to venture to the hot spring. Even though it has been a morning of hiccups, it is still absolutely beautiful. I mean, you just can't beat this view. I think I say that every time though. But every time, these views truly amaze me, genuinely. Breakfast has been consumed. I have my swimsuit on. We are gonna go try to find us some hot springs. So, it seems the hot springs might be a little bit difficult to find. I was talking to those two girls who camped next to me last night, and they were trying to give me some directions. I'm gonna crawl under here. Okay. I don't think I'm on a path. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Feels like we're doing some good old-fashioned bushwhacking. Wow, I would say it's a good mile away from where I camped. Okay, I smell what smells like farts. So, I'm assuming I am very close to the hot springs. Because the sulfur that the hot springs produce will smell like stinky eggs. Okay, Wow. Oh wow! Oh, I found them! Oh my gosh! Wait, stop, they're so cool! Wow! As you can tell, I've never been to a natural hot spring before. I've been to one in Peru, but it was like a pool. Wow! Oh my goodness! Okay. So these hot springs that I'm in right now are significantly warmer than those down there, and there's another one all the way down there closer to the river. But these ones that I'm in right now are much, much warmer. This is just so cool. I can't believe I have this place all to myself. Normally these hot springs are super busy from what I've read, so I'm feeling so very grateful and so lucky. This is really cool. The hot water is coming from this waterfall right here. So it's obviously hotter the closer you get to the waterfall. Well, I'm starting to get a little pruny. I've been in here for probably close to an hour. So I'm gonna go ahead and get my clothes on and hike back to camp. This was such a magical spot, and I would love to come back here someday with some of my friends. And it looks like there is no litter or anything. It looks like it's very well taken care of, which I love and appreciate so deeply. So yeah, let's head back to camp. What a beautiful morning. Back to crossing the river once again. I'll tell you what, I have never crossed a river more than I've crossed Big Sur River. And now there's not really a trail, so from what I remember, I just follow this riverbed along, and then somewhere to the left I will see a turn for the trail to head back to the campground. There we go, and there's my path. And we've made it back to the campsite. And our friends are gone. They headed out. I will say, I know backpacking and meeting people on the trail is a very transient existence, but I just really love meeting people and talking to people. And I would imagine people who live like the nomadic lifestyle of van life probably feel the same. But like, as silly it is, even if you've known someone for 5 minutes, there's like that little feeling of like, aw, I gotta miss them, you know? Silly. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and pack up camp and we're gonna head out. Okay, so I have a list of items that I want to keep accessible at the top of my bag. My water filter is one of them. My snacks, my layers, my gloves, my hat, my batteries for my GoPro, my toilet paper. So I keep all of those near the top so they're easily and quickly accessible. Y'all, this is ridiculous. I cannot open this one. It's stuck. I don't know. I closed it way too tight. I was so afraid of it leaking. I like Hulk strength closed it. So The water situation is going to be tedious today, but that is okay. Before I leave, I'm going to fill this with water, drink a cup of it, and then we're just gonna stop at water sources along the hike and fill a cup, drink it. Oh man, that's annoying. Feel free to make fun of me in the comments. Honestly, it is well deserved. This is silly. Okay, now, as always, I'm going to do a little walkabout just to make sure I did not leave anything behind that I don't want to leave. Woo! I'll tell you what, my hips are bruised and I can feel it. This might be a little bit of a treacherous hike on the way back. Now, I know that having ultralight gear would make this a lot easier, and I'm sure a lot of you ultralight gearheads watching are probably cringing at the sheer amount I'm carrying. But the thing is, you know, a lot of people starting out backpacking, they don't have the funds to buy the ultralight gear. And obviously when I started backpacking, I didn't even know if I would like it as a hobby. So I purchased things that were either used or relatively inexpensive. And that's obviously not going to be ultralight gear. So my thought process is, over time, I will acquire ultralight gear, but for the time being, as long as I'm just able to get out and enjoy this hobby the way that I normally enjoy it without being like completely miserable, then I'm okay carrying what I have. So starting out, we are having a very, very steep initial ascent. So starting off strong. Oh, nothing but up. Good morning. Man, I almost stepped on a little guy. Hey buddy, what's up? He's massive. Hi little guy. You better get off the trail, buddy. You're gonna get stepped on. Okay, excuse me. Bye, have a good day. I know I saw these views yesterday, but they just don't get old. Got a little snacky. Thankfully they were up at the top there, so I was able to just snag them really quickly. Okay, so I'm actually making really good time and I have to cross this little stream here, but I'm going to stop and fill up on water and maybe even like have me a little lunch because I'm feeling pretty darn hungry. Yep, I was hitting the spot. That was so needed. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fill up on water one more time, drink another cup, and then we're gonna head out. I don't know if you can see, but there is a perfect rainbow right there. I really hope you can see that. Anytime I'm hiking through or adventuring through areas as beautiful as this, it reminds me of a time back in college when I would fantasize obsessively about being able to do things like this. Back in college, I was very broke. I was working a part-time job, going to school full-time, and I had no money to do anything other than college, which I think is the normal experience for a lot of people. But I remember pouring and sifting through Pinterest boards and obsessing over Instagram photography pages. I would follow any photographer, especially the ones that had like the Pacific Northwest vibe, and I would just fantasize about being able someday to visit places like this and to hike places like this. And now that I am able to do that, I'm filled with gratitude, which seems to be the common theme for me, but truly, I just feel so thankful. Okay, so we are about at the halfway mark. Not too bad. It is 1:47. We are making some pretty good time. This last little uphill bit to the car is killing me. Oof. My legs are feeling it. There she is in all of her glory. Wow. The feeling of seeing your car after a very long backpacking trip, it's a good feeling. "20 miles later. We did it. We did it. Oh, that's such a good feeling." Oh, wow. All right. Oh, wait. What? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, it's Lance from the trail. He left his phone number on the note. What a sweetheart. What a freaking sweetheart. Well, that's gonna do it for this video. I figured we would end at the beach. The beautiful beach, the sun just set. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, share, like, subscribe, comment, do all of those things you're supposed to do, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!